Have you ever left a conversation feeling unexpectedly tired or drained? As if your energy had been siphoned away. It's a feeling many of us have experienced, yet it often remains a mystery. But let me tell you, this is the world of energy vampires. But these are not mythical creatures, but everyday individuals who might be draining your emotional reserves without even realizing it. So, in today's video, we'll uncover the traits of an energy vampire and reflect on our own behavior to see if we might be unintentionally sapping the energy of those around us. Stay tuned as we unveil strategies to transform our interactions and protect our emotional well-being. Understanding energy vampires. Let's start with the basics. First, you need to understand an energy vampire isn't a character from a horror movie. It's a term used to describe someone who, often without realizing it, drains the emotional energy of others. They're the kind of person who, after you spend the time with them, you feel more tired, less enthusiastic, or even a bit down, despite not having any such feelings before the interaction. How do you spot an energy vampire? Well, they often have a knack for turning conversations towards themselves, focusing on their own problems or negative experiences. They might not actively listen to others. Instead, they wait for their turn to speak. It's not just about being self-centered. It's about a consistent pattern of drawing energy from others' attention and emotional responses. Another sign is the impact they have on group dynamics. Have you ever been in a group where the mood shifts noticeably when one person starts talking? As if the air suddenly feels heavier, or if others seem to become more reserved. This could be the influence of an energy vampire. Their presence can change the entire tone of a gathering, often steering it towards a more negative or tense atmosphere. But don't take it the wrong way. Being an energy vampire doesn't make someone a bad person. They aren't aware of the impact of their behavior. It's often a learned way of interacting that they might not realize is affecting others adversely. This is why understanding and identifying these traits is as much about compassion as it is about self-protection. So why is this important to you? Recognizing these traits can help you understand certain dynamics in your relationships. It can explain why some interactions leave you feeling drained and others uplifted. More importantly, it can help you identify if you're exhibiting these traits yourself. How can you access yourself to see if you might be an energy vampire? Self-assessment. Self-assessment starts with observing our own interactions. Think about your recent conversations. Do you often dominate the discussions, focusing mainly on your issues or feelings? It's natural to want to share our experiences, but a key sign of being an energy vampire is consistently making conversations one-sided, where the focus is predominantly on oneself. Another aspect to consider is how people react to your presence. After spending time with you, do your friends or family members seem drained or less energetic? It's a thin observation, but it can reveal a lot. Energy vampires often leave others feeling depleted, even if the interactions seem normal on the surface. Also, reflect on how you handle negative emotions. Do you frequently vent or complain to others, relying on them to lift your spirit? While it's healthy to express emotions, a continuous pattern of seeking emotional support without reciprocating can be draining for others. Now, let me tell you, recognizing these traits in us isn't a reason for guilt. It's an opportunity for growth. Many of us go through phases where we might lean too heavily on others without realizing the impact. The goal here is to become more mindful of our interactions and their effects on those around us. So what can you do if you recognize some of these traits in yourself? What are some of the strategies you can take to stop being an energy vampire? Strategies to stop being an energy vampire. Firstly, it's about shifting the focus in conversations. If you've noticed a tendency to dominate discussions with your own issues, try consciously redirecting the conversation back to others. Ask questions, show genuine interest in what others are saying, and listen actively. This not only balances the interaction, but also strengthens your relationships. Next, consider empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Practicing empathy is key if you're working on not being an energy vampire. This means really putting yourself in the other person's shoes, understanding their perspective, and responding with compassion. It's not just about hearing them, it's about truly listening and connecting. Managing how we share our problems is also crucial. It's completely normal to seek support from friends or family, but it's important to do so in a way that's not overwhelming for them. Before sharing, ask if they're in the right space to listen. And remember, it's a two-way street. Be there for them as much as they are for you. Another effective strategy is self-reflection. Regularly take time to reflect on your day and your interactions. How did you make others feel? How did you feel in those interactions? This self-awareness can be a powerful tool for change. Also, developing a support network is essential. This doesn't mean relying on just one or two people for emotional support. Spread your interactions and consider professional help like counseling or therapy if you're dealing with heavy emotional issues. This takes the pressure off your immediate circle and provides you with specialized support. Then don't forget to celebrate small victories. You see, changing behavior patterns isn't easy, and it takes time. So when you successfully engage in more balanced interactions, acknowledge and celebrate the moments. This positive reinforcement will encourage you to keep going. How do you protect yourself if you're dealing with an energy vampire? Protecting yourself. First and foremost, setting boundaries is key. It's okay to set limits on how much time you spend with someone who drains your energy. This doesn't mean you completely cut them out of your life. It's more about managing the time and energy you give. It could be as simple as limiting the length of your interactions or choosing not to engage in certain topics that you find draining. Then, start learning to recognize when you're being drained. Sometimes we get so caught up in being polite or helpful that we don't notice how an interaction is affecting us. Pay attention to how you feel during and after conversations. If you consistently feel depleted, it's a sign to reassess how you engage with that person. Developing assertive communication skills can also be a game changer. Being assertive means expressing your feelings and needs respectively and clearly. For example, if someone is consistently venting to you, it's okay to say something like, "I understand you're going through a tough time, but I'm not in the right headspace to discuss this right now." This way, you're not dismissing their feelings, but you're also protecting your own energy. Also, remember, it's not selfish to prioritize your well-being. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a step back. Engage in activities that replenish your energy, like spending time in nature, meditating, or pursuing a hobby. Taking care of yourself ensures that you have the energy to be present and supportive in your relationships. Then, don't underestimate the power of positive surroundings. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and contribute positively to your life. Positive interactions can act as a buffer against the draining effect of energy vampires, creating a balanced and healthy emotional life. Building positive energy. Building positive energy starts with self-awareness. It's about recognizing our emotional states and how they affect our interactions. Are we contributing to a positive atmosphere, or are we unintentionally adding to the negativity? Regular self-reflection can help us stay aligned with the kind of energy we want to bring into the world. Another key aspect is gratitude. Practicing gratitude can shift our focus from what's draining us to what's enriching us. It's about appreciating the good in our lives, no matter how small. This shift in perspective can profoundly impact our overall emotional well-being. Then comes the power of positive interactions. Make an effort to spend time with people who uplift you, who make you feel valued and heard. These interactions can be incredibly rejuvenating. They remind us of the joy and support that healthy relationships can bring. Remember, it's okay to seek help when you need it, whether it's talking to a trusted friend or seeking professional guidance. Getting support is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's part of taking care of your emotional health. But it doesn't end there. Remember, this is a continuous journey. Personal growth and emotional well-being are ongoing processes. Celebrate your progress, be patient with yourself, and keep striving for balance and positivity in your life. So tell me, what's one new insight or strategy you're taking away to avoid being an energy vampire or being on the receiving end? Please make a comment below. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe. Peace and blessings, and we'll see you in the next video.